He's not a handsome man, or at least his wife thinks so. In her own words, her husband is not handsome, but she fell for him because he can do a lot of things that handsome men can't. We couldn't have agreed more with her. This man is indeed an inspiration, a great success story, and a self-made billionaire. The lady is Zhang Ying, and the person we are talking about is Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba Group and one of the richest men in Asia. Riding on the dot-com boom of the 90s, Jack Ma founded the e-commerce venture Alibaba in 1999, along with 17 others. Jack recounted later how all 18 of them had gathered in his apartment, and he spoke for 2 hours about his vision to convince them and raised the initial $60,000. Just 6 months later, the company received a $25 million investment from Goldman Sachs. The real feather in the cap, though, came in April 2014 when Alibaba went public and was able to raise $25 billion through its initial public offering, making it the largest IPO ever in U.S. history. Today, Alibaba Group is a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate spanning areas like e-commerce, entertainment, online payments, and artificial intelligence. It owns popular online market platforms such as Taobao, Tmall, AliExpress, among others, which focus on different segments such as B2B, B2C, and C2C. Alibaba's online payment platform, Ant Financial, which was earlier known as Alipay, is the world's most valued financial technology company today and the most valued unicorn company in the world. Keeping the future in mind, the company is heavily investing in offering cloud computing services and building intelligent personal assistants. While the former is known as Alibaba Cloud, the AI assistant has been named Ali Genie. For the great entrepreneur he is today, it would be surprising to know that Jack Ma's first love was not business. His first love, in fact, was the English language. Born as Ma Yun, he was passionate about learning English as a child. While living in Hangzhou, a young Jack Ma used to take foreign tourists on guided tours in a bid to improve his English. It was one of his foreign tourist pen pals who nicknamed him Jack. Pursuing his love, he graduated in English in 1988 from Hangzhou Normal University, which was known as Hangzhou Teachers Institute at the time. A short while later, he became an English teacher at the Hangzhou Dianzi University. It was only in the year 1994 that his first tryst with entrepreneurship began, in the form of a translation agency. The mid-90s was the beginning of the dot-com boom. In 1995, Jack Ma traveled to the US. It was during this trip that he came to know about the internet, lack of Chinese websites, and realized the future potential the internet held at the time. It convinced Ma to start a venture named China Yellow Pages, which focused on building websites. However, these ventures didn't last for too long. For a brief period in 1998, Jack Ma also headed a government enterprise before resigning to found Alibaba. From being a teacher to becoming a super rich billionaire, it has been a truly meteoric rise for Jack Ma. What's even more remarkable is what he once revealed in a conference a few years ago. He said that he doesn't know how to code, nor is he proficient in computers. By his own admission, he only uses a computer to send and receive emails and browse the internet. For a man who founded one of the internet giants of the world, that's simply incredible. In fact, he didn't own a computer until he was 33. It was that trip to the US that changed everything. There are also a few interesting stories associated with his US visits that look straight out of a comic book. During one of his first visits to the US, Jack Ma was kidnapped by an American businessman when he went to his house to collect a debt on behalf of his friend. Ma was locked up in the house and threatened at gunpoint. The kidnapper then took him to Las Vegas. However, Ma eventually managed to escape and return to Seattle using the money he made while gambling on the slot machines in Vegas. It was also during one of his stays in the US that Jack Ma came up with the name Alibaba. Just in case you don't know, Alibaba is a famous character from one of the stories contained in 1001 Nights, a collection of Middle Eastern folk tales. In an interview with CNN, Ma revealed how he came up with the name while sitting at a coffee shop in San Francisco. As an English teacher, he knew the story of Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. In the story, Alibaba is able to open the door of a treasure trove by uttering the words, "Open Sesame." As soon as the name came up in his mind, Ma immediately asked the waitress whether she knew about Alibaba, and she said that she did. He then went outside and began asking random people on the street whether they knew about Alibaba. To his delight, they too were familiar with the name. He chose the name Alibaba for his company because it has a global appeal and is easy to pronounce as well. Just like how Alibaba the character could open doors to hidden treasures, Alibaba the company too opens doors for small to medium-sized companies. Jack Ma's life is filled with interesting anecdotes, but his life has also seen some failures. He twice failed to clear the entrance exams to gain admission into the university before finally clearing it the third time. He was rejected for a job at KFC, while all the other 23 people who appeared along with him were hired. His first 2 business ventures failed to take off as well. But these failures didn't stop Jack Ma from reaching where he is today. A self-confessed laggard in technology himself, his businesses have centered around new technologies. He says that all he knows is entrepreneurship and hard work. The work culture of Alibaba has also often been a talking point. Ma is famous for lauding the 996 culture, where a person works from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week, and advises prospective Alibaba employees to be ready to work up to 12 hours a day. This work culture has come under severe criticism in the past. The irony, though, is that Alibaba is now looking to expand in the area of artificial intelligence, and Jack Ma has often spoken about the threats machines and AI pose to our jobs. According to him, AI can turn our work timetable into a 3-hour per day, 4-day-a-week schedule. But he also adds that that isn't necessarily a bad thing, as people will get more time to enjoy being human beings and experiencing life. There is no denying the fact that Jack Ma's life is an inspiration. He has been a role model for modern-day Chinese entrepreneurs who look to replicate his success. He has shown them how a private enterprise can survive even amidst a communist party rule. Alibaba's rise has spawned a technology industry that's today capable of competing with America's Silicon Valley. It has paved the way for new technology companies to emerge and made him a prominent global face of a rising China. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you guys on the next show.